Well, I don't know if I'm sharing. Oh, yeah, I am sharing. Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm sharing, so perfect. We walk in deeper truth, shouting the words of God, for your glory rising. We walk in deeper truth, shouting the words of God, for your glory Okay, I want to share some of the things that the Lord helped me. This August, I am turning 60 years old. I haven't been wearing foundation for so many years. When I started to eat rightly and I started to use organic products and try to eat organic food, my skin, and taking longevity vitamins, my skin improves tremendously. I know a lot of people have problem with the skin. That's why they wear a lot of makeup. And the more makeup you wear, the worse your skin get. And also, I see that a lot of people struggle with weight, obese. And because they don't eat right, they get sick. They get sick. Not only they're overweight and they get sick and they take medications and they become dependent on medication. I used to go on mission trips with people who pray to deliver other people, who pray for healings. But they take all kinds of medication even though they pray for other people to be healed. And when I go to eat with them, because we stay at the same hotel and then we go for breakfast. So it's like some hotels, they treat you or you can eat breakfast. This is Vietnam. I see what they eat and I'm thinking, no wonder. They are obese and they have all kinds of health problems. Even though they're prophetic, they are leaders, they preach. They have words of knowledge. They lay hand on people, but personally, that they have challenges. And I see they eat, their diet is so different from mine. I loaded my plates with vegetable and fish and fruits and some meat. Their plate is loaded with pastry. They love to eat bread. It's lots of pastry. Do you know wheat makes you sick? Wheat makes you fat. Wheat, if there's such a word, uglify, like makes you, ruins your skin. Wheat weaken your joints. People that have arthritis, they should stop eating wheat. When I go shopping, it's like I only shop 10% of the section of the supermarket. I go into the vegetable section, the fish section, the meat section, the fruit. I don't ever buy anything packaging, processed. I used to feed my children that. And I tell them, oh goodness, I was so dumb, I was so stupid, I was. I feel bad and I regret that I used to feed, even though I didn't. I cook a lot. I feed them the majority homemade food, but I give them Cheetos, Doritos. Like, what are those? The little goldfish? Those are made of wheat. They're not nutrition. They're toxins. They're poisons. And I did not know, because the Bible said, my people perish for the sake of... My people perish for the lack of knowledge. I wish I knew this. Since I came to America, I did not know until 2012. When one of my ex told me to listen to Dr. Wallach from Longevity about eating, and he named the 10 bad food. One of them is wheat, barley, oat. There was some rye. Those are gluten. Our bodies are not intended. God did not create our bodies to digest gluten. It's a kind of protein. Back in the biblical time, they feed the slave with wheat. If you go to the market, wheat flour is the cheapest. It's cheaper than rice flour. It's cheaper than almonds flour. It's cheaper than yam flour. And all the pastry are made out of wheat. When I learned that, I stopped eating pastry. I stopped eating anything that has wheat flour. I always read the label. Like tortilla, I use like tortilla in a bag, right? A big bag is like $2, like hundreds of them, right? I used to eat that. Like wheat, I don't eat that anymore. Now I eat only tortilla that made out of almond flour. Even though it's a lot more expensive. It's like a big wheat tortilla because the flour is cheap. You feed your body with cheap stuff. And you're gonna reap the consequences of what you feed. It's not only what you eat that makes you sick and what you don't eat. You don't eat the good food, but you eat the bad food. Let's go back to wheat. Wheat ruins your skin. When I stop all of that, my skin improved. I do not have any, I don't know, there's no filter, but I do not have any makeup on. I only have moisturizer on. I'm going to talk about the skincare next time. When I knew that this is something about me, I have discipline. I am very good at discipline. When somebody comes to me and say, this is good for you, I would do it religiously. I would do it day and night, and I would quit the bad stuff. So I quit. I listened to Dr. Wallach from Longevity. I started taking the Longevity vitamins, and I started giving my children Longevity vitamins. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not here to sell vitamin, and I don't even want to waste time to talk about the vitamins because it's very expensive, and a lot of people don't like to spend money on vitamins. So I don't have time. I don't want to waste time, but I want to help people out there. If you don't want to take vitamins, you have to eat right. So the doctors tell you oatmeal. Oatmeal is good. Oatmeal is good. So I was eating oatmeal before I knew about this. Before 2012, I used to eat oatmeal all day long. Oatmeal is potent in gluten. It's bad for your body. I ate so much oatmeal that I started to itch. I itch like Job. I remember sometimes I scratch. Almost every night I go to bed, I would scratch and I would bleed. And I never knew. I prayed to God for years. Finally, when I stopped eating oatmeal, the medical doctor will tell you oatmeal is good for your heart. It's all over the advertisement in Costco. People eat a lot of oatmeal. Lara Trump eats oatmeal for breakfast. Because I thought oatmeal is healthy, so I eat all day long because it's fast. And I ate it for years, and I started itching, and my skin, it's horrible. It's always red. And the people in my prayer meeting, they said it's the holy fire of God. It's the holy fire of God. Well, that's totally wrong. It's because I eat too much gluten. It ruins my digestive system. Also, I have stomach aches so often. It's almost like once every 1 or 2 weeks, I have the stomach ache that I would crawl to the bathroom. And I feel like I'm dying. When I stop gluten is what? Wheat, rye, oat, and barley. Now, I don't ever eat barley. I don't ever eat rye. But oatmeal, I eat a lot. And of course, I eat a lot of bread, pastry, croissants. I love croissants. I don't eat donut because there's too much oil in there. But anyway. Or the noodles, instant noodle. That's instant noodle. I used to buy it for my children. I'm so sorry, God. I fed my children poison. I fed my body poison because who doesn't like instant noodle? All kind of flavor. Since the day I come to America, I eat that every day in the refugee camp. I was in the refugee camp. And I thought it was good. I eat it every day, 2 or 3 bags a day, because in the refugee camp, that's what they feed us: rice, instant noodles, and that's wheat, and all the preservative, all the poisons. They feed us poison. I didn't know. And then my children loves instant noodle. Vietnamese, we call it mì gói. People are addicted to that. I fed that to my children. I come home from prayer meeting and we eat instant noodle, the Korean one. And we thought that was nutrition. That was stupid. When I learned that, I stopped buying instant noodle. I stopped buying. Now, if I eat a little bit of croissant, I would throw up, or I would have intense stomach ache. My body rejects it. Just like when like authenticated money, like real money. Once you handle real money, you know what it's fake. My body eats and digests and absorbs only good food, a little bit of wheat. It makes my body would throw up. It would make me sick. One time I don't know, I think my brother was eating croissant and I wanted to eat it so bad. I cut a little piece. And I felt so sick. Now every time I think of wheat or bread or croissant, that feeling like rendezvous, nostalgic, I would never touch it again. Tortilla with almond flour is so delicious. I know it's expensive, but is your health worth the money? That's why I don't drive expensive car. I use my money for my health. I eat organic food, most of it. I try to organic food. Anything that is gluten-free, it's more expensive. I quit deep fry. I don't eat deep fried food. Now I fry my food with fat. Animal fat, chicken fat. Like I would cook chicken and the fat comes out, but I don't cook anything deep fried, stir fried. Deep fried is very toxic. That's why a lot of people, they have horrible skin. Even the people that pray with me, I've been trying to tell them, may God heal them. I've been trying to tell them. They don't listen. They think, oh, it doesn't hurt. To me, a little bit of poison is poison. But the thing about me, once I know something is bad for me, I will stay away from it. Whatever is good for me, I will do it religiously. So if you could cut the wheat, you will lose weight. And once you train your body to eat healthy food, you will get used to it. I don't eat anything deep fried. Deep fried egg rolls, I don't eat it. I think the fat, I think they call it trans fat, whatever. Since the day I changed my diet, I hardly any have stomach ache. The only time I have stomach ache is when I went back to Vietnam and I ate raw mussels. My cousin was eating raw mussels and I took a couple of ones and I had food poison. I will never do that again. But in America, so long as I eat right. So when I go to the market, you don't ever see me. In the section was packaging and I looked at it. And I feel like, oh my gosh, no wonder a lot of people are obese. They overweight and they have so much sickness and disease, and they keep on praying to the Lord to heal them. But you know how people say your body is a temple of Holy Spirit. If you believe that your body is a temple of Holy Spirit, why do you put impurities? Why do you put toxins? Why do you put poison, like bad food, all this chemical into your body and not feel bad? And why do you not help yourself and expect God to heal you every time if you keep putting junk in your body? I don't eat sugar. I only eat monk fruit sugar. Next time I will bring the bags. It's late. I'm going to go fast. So oatmeal is really bad for you. I itch. When I stop, within a few days, the itching stops. And my hair dries up. When I was eating oatmeal, my hair dries up like straws. Now, one thing, even though I eat healthy, even though I take a lot of vitamins, You know, I'm about to turn 60, right? But I don't have hot flash because the vitamins that I'm taking. I don't have any hormonal problem. But my hair is still thinning. I don't know why. I tried everything, my hair, but I sleep well because of the vitamins that I'm taking. Like last night I slept 9 hours. The only time I don't sleep much is when I have deadlines. And after I turn in my paperwork, I file my documents with the quarter after an arbitrations or a proceeding, I would catch up with my sleep. So thanks God for that. And that, I don't think it's anything I eat. It could be the tea that I drink. I will talk about the tea next time, but I think it has to do with longevity, vitamins, because I take magnesium, chromium, and is it calcium mixed together, but here I'm not going to talk about. So if you could just control, stop eating everything deep fried, stop eating vegetable oil, stop eating wheat, do not eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is bad for you. Do not listen to medical doctors. They don't know what they're saying. If you want to know what to eat, you need to listen to nutritionists. They're the one, because they are doctors. Dr. Grundy, he's a renowned heart surgeon. He was overweight. He had heart problem. I think he has a medical problem. And when he decided to study nutrition, he retired now, and now he talks about only nutrition. He talks about gluten-free. He talks about not to eat canola oil, seed oil, vegetable. Those are toxin, and when you deep fry, oh my gosh, it makes your body sick. And if you cut the wheat, you will lose weight, I guarantee you. So if you love spaghetti, you can eat gluten-free spaghetti. Even though it doesn't, whatever tastes good, most of the time it kills you. But if you learn how to eat healthy, then the healthy stuff, because you teach your body to learn. Now, if I eat anything unhealthy, it tastes horrible to me. The only food that tastes good to me is healthy food. And stay away from all the nitrites. Anything that had trites in it, processed food. I don't eat sausages. I don't eat hot dogs. I cook everything. I buy grass-fed only beef. I eat a lot of lamb. I try to eat organic vegetable and fruits. I don't drink soft drink ever. I only drink juice with no sugar added. Or what is it? Coconut juice with no sugar added. That's why. Because my clients like, how do you keep your figure? And I take vitamins for my eyes. I try to drink a cup of organic, what is it? Carrot juice. I used to have dry eyes that I have to use like drops a lot. Now I don't have dry eye problems. Well, because when I was going through college and law school, I abused my eyes. So I am nearsighted, so I have to wear glasses when I drive. But nearsighted, even the little prints, it doesn't matter how small it is. I can read it. There's no aging. My eyes are not aging because I've been taking care of my body since 2012, and thank God he introduced. I wish I knew that when my children was growing up, I would have fed them differently. I would have fed them gluten-free. I tried to tell them to go gluten-free. They cannot do it. I tried to tell them to cut all the deep fried food, even though they are not overweight because they exercise a lot and they control their diet. So they're disciplined, but not as disciplined as I am. I can read this. When I work on the computer, I don't need aging glasses. Vietnamese, they call it Kinh Lao. I don't need that. So on Thursday, today's Saturday, right? I went out with my group to eat. And we were eating duck, which is healthy. I ate it. We ate cháo, like porridge, white rice. I stopped eating white rice since 2012. Because white rice is carb, but it's not as bad as gluten. Rice flour is not as bad as wheat flour, but it also makes you fat because it's a lot of carbohydrate. Since 2012, I only eat red rice. Red rice is very healthy. It's expensive. It's like a 5 pounds bag. Depending on the market, it goes from $11 to $13 for 5 pounds. But my health is worth it. And now that I'm used to eating red rice, white rice doesn't taste good. But we went for cháo, that's porridge. So that, they cook white rice. And it's a little bit, so I could afford it. Because white rice is, a bowl is only a little bit. So I only eat it once in a while. But they have this cabbage, what is it called, salad. And oh my God, so cabbage is good. But oh my goodness, it's loaded with deep fried onion. And I don't eat it. I don't pick on it. I leave it aside. But the other intercessor in the group, they ask for more. So they bring out a big plate with so much deep fried onion. And they ate so much of it. They praying with me. I tell them all the time. They speak in tongues. But they refuse to listen. And one of them has so many medical problems. So many. And I said, well, why did you eat that? And she said, well, it's once in a while. Once in a while, too many times. And those are the things that make people sick. But they lack discipline. And they're stubborn. They ate so much of that. I tried 2 little pieces and it tastes so horrible. While they said it tastes good. I did not touch it again. And I noticed, because on Zoom sometimes I don't see, I notice that their skin, they have so many, I don't know, they're like acnes. On the neck, on here, on the arms. Looks so bad. I haven't had a chance to ask them why. But the thing is, what is the point? Because I've been telling them for years. I send them so many links. I tell them to listen. And they keep asking me. One of them keep asking me to pray for this health problem. And I ain't gonna pray. I ain't gonna pray. Because I'm not sowing seed into dry soil. Because I feel there's a personal responsibility before I ask the Lord to heal me. There's things, if I continue to put trash in this temple of Holy Spirit, and I expect the Lord to heal me each and every time, the grace is running out. Plus I'm being irresponsible and stupid and not being wise. So for those of you who wants to change, who would heed my word, change the way you eat, it will be different. And thank God, I ate oatmeal with my children for years, but none of my children, they hate it. They hate it. One time I fed my son Mackay. I said, Mackay is good for you, and I fed him breakfast with oatmeal. He took one bite and he threw up all over the table. Even though back then I thought it was good, I didn't have the heart to force it on my son. And thank God that none of my children, can you imagine the damage I would have done to their intestine system? Because intestine is your digestive system, and gluten, like wheat, will ruin your digestive system. And if you take vitamins and you eat gluten, your vitamins is less absorbable into your intestine, into your digestive system. Don't waste your money on vitamins, on expensive vitamin, if you are not willing to give up gluten. So that is wisdom for people who want to listen. And I wish leaders would do this. And I wish leaders would train and teach their followers, their members. At least somebody will listen out there. But they don't. Next week, I'm going to tell you why you have liver spots. They call it liver spot, all these dot spots. I don't. I have very little. I think very little. You can't even see it. That's why people, because I see a lot of people, I think, why do they wear so much makeup? It's like they paint their face like a mannequin. But when they take off the makeup, they have so many liver spots. And they think it's the sunlight. It's not. Next time, if I have time, I will do little by little, because it's really almost 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I meant to do this many months, and I keep on putting it off. But I'm trying to help some people out there, sowing seeds, because this is wisdom that I learned. And if I don't, I try to help people out there. I guarantee you, if you stop eating gluten, like I said, you will have less stomach ache. All your stomach ache will go away, and even you have joint pain, it will go away too. I don't have any joint pain, and I don't know if you would sleep better. But anyway, shalom. God bless you. And I will come back. I will do this playlist. I think I'm gonna call. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna figure out a name. This is not a series. I think I should call it what? Health and Beauty. But that sounds so cheesy. If you have an idea, please let me know. I want something like creative and funny, like play on words. Let me ask the Lord. Maybe the Holy Spirit will show me. Good night. Good morning. Oh, I think I need to stop.